gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the ESR Tugas and PHSR Multi-Community Gt4 World Tour. Round 2, fight. We are coming to you live from Watkins Glen. I've just been informed this is shaped like the country it is from, which is Italy.
No.
I am very attractive, and with me, as always, is the inventor of the external combustion engine, Michael Megas.
It's shaped more like a hiking boot, whereas the country of Italy is shaped more like a high-heeled boot.
Wow.
Tobias Theerolf will be starting on the pole position. Andrew D joining him in the front row. That's good to see Andrew back at the front.
Delightful.
He kind of was like a little bit mid-pack at Interlagos. Had a little bit of a weak start to the series. Antonio Costa, Magic Kazchuk, another person who had a bit of a weak start. He's up on the second row. Yuri Kratachville, Timo Konietzki, Timo Ryder, Stefan Frings is here today. Jeff Ecott, and Prism Lists. Your top 10.
Prison list.
We have some other new faces in the field. Satiris Moraitis. I like that name. And Peter Coleman. And we're off. As well as... I think everyone else was here. Maybe Steve Davidson wasn't, and I'm just thinking Steve Dave was because he's Steve Dave.
Who is this Ricardo Gomes you speak of?
Oh, Ricardo Gomes. Wait, is it? Oh, there he is. Ricardo Gomes. 15th place. Leading the way, it is the Porsche of Tobias Theerolf. He's in a little red Porsche. It doesn't make quite as good of a song as a little red Corvette. On board with Ricardo Gomes.
What about Little Deuce Coupe?
Who is on the tail of Sotiris Moraitis. Who, something tells me, is probably Greek. Oh, no!
Oh,
Gomes kind of gets collected there. Mostly, I would classify that as more of a racing incident than, say, a penalty. But we'll see what happens. David Phillips, in the meantime, picking up a spot on Peter Coleman. Peter Coleman's off to a bad start.
Harsh but fair.
Well, he's fallen backwards. I don't know what you want me to call it.
I want you to call it a spectacular use of retrograde advancement.
Antonio Costa heading to the pits, so I suspect he may have jumped the start. And perhaps has a drive-through penalty.
He has been fined 17 credits for no reason.
Heading down. It is so painful to be having a drive-through penalty and you're just watching everybody overtake you, especially this early in the race. It is soul-crushing.
But it gives you the whole rest of the race to catch up.
Sergio Moraitis battling with, or Sotiris Moraitis. Pardon me. I'm going to mix that up a couple times because there's a couple of different MMA fighters that name could be. I'm not going to lie. Sergio Moraitis is probably the most prominent of the bunch.
What about Sergio Pettis?
Doesn't really work. I think Sergio Moraes is way more tempting. Or
Marlon Moraes.
I mean, there's also Ricardo Moraes, the mutant.
Indeed.
Shaman Moraes. Shaman Moraes. There you go. It's always disappointing that the UFC matched Shaman Moraes so poorly that they just kept giving him losses. Like, it's not that I think he was a good fighter. He's not. But, like, he was fun if you just let him be fun.
Mauricio? No, go back to Mauricio. What are we doing?
Well, we're on Ricardo Gomes now.
Ooh, no, I don't like Ricardo.
Why don't you like Ricardo?
He stole the spotlight from Mauricio.
That's true. But he is also overtaking Peter Coleman.
I suppose. That's what you get for driving such a garbage car like a BMW. Who would ever drive one of those? You can't possibly be successful in these races in a BMW.
There's a BMW in second, third, and fourth position.
You'll notice how thickly I was laying that on.
I believe it is probably the strongest car in the field on average, to be honest. Moraitis making an overtake there of your boy, Mauricio Delgado.
No, it's impossible. Can't do that.
Mauricio's having a good run up in 12th, though, even though he lost a spot there.
Yeah, he's got a good paint job.
Seems to like that paint job. He uses it every time we do GT4s, I think. Martin Pater, quite down the order, battling with Fran Hidalgo here for 17th place. And we crack over to Yuri Kurtachvil, who is battling for a podium spot with Magic Kazchuk.
Get him, Cabbage Truck.
Another classic Poland versus the Czech Republic battle. Or Czechia, I suppose I have to say now.
I believe it is known as the Body Check Arena.
Body Check Arena, I like that one. Jaromir Jagr approves.
You gotta check yourself before you Slovenia yourself.
Oh.
Whoa, hey.
Have we lost Yuri?
I think he's just got really good brakes.
We'll find out if his internet connection recovers. But for nope, we've lost Yuri. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. There is Mr. Steve Dave battling with James Butler as well as Vic Vega. I was trying to figure out who that Mercedes up front was. And behind them, that's Adam Komarowski, who did very, very well at Interlagos, but has struggled a little bit here today. Not unusual for Adam. Adam's a guy who tends to qualify a little bit worse than he races, as a general rule. David Phillips battling with Mauricio Julian. Makes the overtake stick. And we look as the inside move there for Steve Davidson is on. What car is Steve Dave driving?
I believe it's a Robin Reliant.
The logo is not coming in on the tower there, and I don't recognize it. Which means that if the action settles down, I'm going to go try and figure out what new car they've added to GT4 that I'm probably missing.
I believe it's probably the Zonda.
I have to say, it doesn't look like a Zonda.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the Lamborghinis don't look like Lamborghinis.
There are no Lamborghinis in this game.
A likely story.
Let's see here. I'm on the race room store. I'm doing my best to pay attention and multitask here.
Oh my god, they're all done.
Ah, it's an Alpine.
Which is code word for Porsche.
Right now.
Same thing.
You know, they've added an Alpine at some point to the GT4 category, so that's probably what he's driving there. Let's see. Yep, there it is. It's the Code Racing Development Team car. I will say the liveries for the Alpines look very nice, Byron. I think you'd like these.
Do they look like they need at least 14 spoilers all over the car?
Probably not.
I think you should have a spoiler from the tip of the nose all the way to the back.
It's the Alpine 110 GT4, which is in Assetto Corsa Competizione. I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't recognize it off the top of my head.
Fair enough.
Oh, Mauricio Julian gets a little out of shape. Coming out of the loop. Ends up in the wall. Andrew D keeping Tobias Thierolf, honest. Gap at the front's about a half second. D, Kazchuk, Konieczny, Frings, Ekot, Lakomi, Liss, and Moraitis, your top 10.
Lakomi, Lakomu.
Oh, that's a brave move by Moraitis in the Volt car.
Cha-cha.
Overtakes Prism Liss, and door is open for Mauricio Delgado as well. There you go. He paid your boy Mauricio back by getting him a spot. It's like, hatchet, hook onto my bumper. I'll bring you forward. Further back, it's Adam Komarowski against James Butler. I have to say that KTM has got to be the least fitting car in this category. It just has handling characteristics that do not resemble any of the other cars. Konieczny looking for a move here on Magic Kazchuk. This is for a podium position. And, of course, German Mark bragging on her. This is Audi battles against BMW here. And Stefan Frings is right behind them.
He's going to fring into action.
He may. I watched a Formula One highlight video of what year was it? It was one of the Michael Schumacher dominated years, so like early 2000s, and the guy seems to have like specifically chosen like comedy based songs to like go with the to set the tone. And towards the end of the video, it cracks out the "Suck Up My Chocolate Salty Balls." As Michael Schumacher's running away with it. Ooh, big power slide there from Leszek Lakomi. And he will lose a spot to Sotiris Moraitis. And Mauricio Delgado also picking up a spot further back.
Mauricio to the front.
Overtaking Prismless.
Ain't got no prisms?
Maybe.
One day maybe he may become prism full. Or maybe he'll move to Folsom.
We lost Timo Ryder at some point during the race. Unfortunate. So we lost Yuri due to a connection issue. We've lost Timo as well, who does also tend to have connection issues, so that could also be another connection issue. And we've got a bit of a train forming up here that is currently being led by Leszek Lakomi. Lakomi, Delgado, Liss, Vega, Butler, Komorowski, Davidson, Hidalgo, and Pater, all within a half second of each other. Antonio Costa recovering from his drive-through penalty, overtaking Peter Coleman for 20th place. I do like the black and red car there. I'm not sure whom that is. Mauricio Delgado looking for the move. And he is around the outside of Leszek Lakomi. And he's going to go through. And he's not going to be alone because Prism Bliss is coming with, as well as Vic Vega. It's Prism Bliss's car that I like. It's like a simple black and red car, but like it works. Lakomi just getting left for dead on these straightaways here.
No! Somebody send the amber lamps.
Losing 3 spots there in all told. Losing out to Delgado, Liss, and Vega. And might lose out to James Butler as well. Looks like he'll hang on against the KTM of Butler.
KTM might get KTFO'd.
Byron's favorite car, the KTM.
Actually, my favorite car is the 1902 Studebaker with the half-cylinder engine.
I don't think you can do a half-cylinder engine.
It was before they knew what a cylinder was.
Stefan Frings.
Pyramids.
3-way battle for the final podium spot with Kazchuk and D. Pardon me, not Kazchuk, Konecny and D. And Kazchuk. Mop game today here. Andrew D is quite a ways up the road.
Mike's all topped up on Benadryl.
Nah.
And Tylenol and stuff.
Just tired. Tax season does this.
Well, you find it taxing?
I'm working 80 hours a week.
Have you tried working 79 hours a week?
I don't think that would help, to be honest. I don't think the 1 hour difference is really actually going to do much.
Well, you got to try it, man.
I get paid good money.
Excellent.
We are
paid good money in a
we are
business
busy.
You too busy to do my cat's taxes?
Cat doesn't have taxes. I
Right.
did your taxes. What more do you want from me? Antonio Costa. Next up on his list is Rick Martel. By the way, it will be Rick's birthday soon, so everyone get ready for their happy birthdays.
Huzzah!
I was reminded of that by Facebook.
Rick will be turning 17, and he would appreciate it if you could send all the illegal hooch directly to his door, so his parents don't catch him. Do it outside his bedroom window.
Whoa! James Butler loses control on the curbs.
I thought he was going to save it, and then it got worse and worse.
Yeah, he tried to save it. He might have been better off just taking it. He'll rejoin the race in behind Peter Coleman, I think. Well, maybe Mauricio can sweep by him. There goes Mauricio Huyan.
I wonder if he's got a sister named Grace. We could start going by the power of Grace Cole.
That would be interesting.
Sister, daughter, cousin, somebody. Come on. Come on. Somebody step up.
We'll take an ant.
And we'll do.
Second cousin thrice removed. We'll take anything, really. Adam Komorowski falling down the order as he hits the pit lane. You know, the question is that a pit stop for... is that an intentional pit stop, or did he pick up a penalty?
Both.
Find out. We'll find out. Looks intentional. Looks like he is actually stopped and clearing his mandatory pit stop, so... Maybe not what he wanted it. Maybe picked up some damage, maybe flat spotted a tire, I don't know. But it does look like this is a, at least willful pit stop. On board with Victor Vega. I guess we've never established if his name is actually Victor. It should be said. We just know it's Vic.
Could be Viceroy.
Yeah, I was going with the Viceroy.
The Miami Vice Vega. But he only goes by
Stefan Frings getting told getting a little FU touch there from Magic Kaschuk.
Put him in the wall.
A little Poland on Germany action. What can I say? As Steve Davidson and Vic Vega hit the pit lane, as does James Butler. I imagine Butler's tires are not so happy after that spin.
$0.44. I think it costs a little bit more than that.
Antonio Costa moving up in the world again. This time overtaking David Phillips. Costa again qualified quite high in the order. Had that stop or that drive-through penalty for whatever reason it was, or it could have been a stop. I guess we didn't establish it was a penalty. But headed down the pit road very, very early. Didn't count as a mandatory pit stop if it was a stop. And it has been moving through the field ever since. Prism Liss overtaking Mauricio Delgado, and also Andrew D going for the undercut against Tobias Thierolf. And I guess, you know, when you're battling with Tobias Thierolf for a win, you definitely got to do something non-standard. Because he's going to, in a straight-up fight, probably going to beat you.
Pull out the big guns.
I feel like I need to get a Super Mega, like, hockey. I know that doesn't exist, but like a hockey game like Super Mega Baseball. And we can create Tobias Thrustmaster once again as a Pablo Bure knockoff, basically.
Somebody find me a copy of NHL Hits 2023. Or 2003. Was it weird? It was like a 2020-03. Had a weird title.
Fran Hidalgo with a bit of a spin. And unfortunately has kind of compromised the race of one of the McLarens there, who's lost space. Oh, Peter Coleman also might be in trouble. Oh, no, he's okay. Made through. Mauricio Julian. And there goes I don't know. That was Andrew D. Okay.
Delightful.
I was waiting for the tower to update there. Took a little bit.
Let's see. There was a 2002, 2003, and a Pro that came out in 2003. Which is interesting because 2002 and 2003 came out the year before each game. Like 2002 came out in 2001, etc.
I always, for some reason, remember the NHL 1996 intro. And it goes a little something like this. It's like a voice. It's like one of those like heavily produced voiceovers, and it's like, "Are you ready to sacrifice your body?" And it's Chris Pronger just absolutely obliterating someone. And it's got a problem with a bully, and then there's someone just slamming the. I don't think I ever really knew who it was. There's somebody just slamming the penalty box. Would you stop a speeding bullet? And it's Al McInnes, launching a slap shot at a goalie.
Yeah, hell no.
And then it's like, are you afraid of the masked man? And it's Rod Hextall smiling at you as goalie. It's like, you better be.
I remember watching St. Louis Blues game back in sometime in the late 90s, I think it was, and Pronger was involved in something, and they gave him a 5-minute penalty, or they gave him some kind of penalty, and they did this slow-mo replay, and it turned out he didn't really do anything wrong. It just kind of looked bad from a certain angle.
And he's got a reputation.
And he's got a reputation. And and the announcer, the play-by-play guy's just like, there's no penalty here. He got 2 minutes or 5 minutes for just being strong.
2 minutes for being Chris Pronger.
Yeah, he just the guy tried to do something to him and he held him up, and Pronger got the penalty for no reason.
Mm-hmm. Those 90s St. Louis Blues defensive core led by Pronger and McInnes. Very good. It's a shame that offensively it was kind of like just Brett Hull and they'd have one other guy on the team doing anything.
Yeah.
As Stefan Frings heads down the pit lane. And no goalie outside of the Cujo years. Signs you maybe have a problem when you get to the playoffs and you're relying on John Casey to stop the puck.
Yeah, that's not spectacular.
Not a good feels. Not a good feels. Kind of the case for a lot of goalies a lot of teams back then. I remember the late 90s. It's you got the Pittsburgh Penguins who have the greatest line in all of hockey with Yager, Lemieux, and Francis. And then it's but our goalies are Tom Barrasso and Ken Reggett. It's a bit of a problem.
Christopher Robert Pronger, 6'6", 220, from your boy, Dryden, Ontario, Canada. I believe they renamed the place after Ken Dryden, which is probably not accurate.
No. There's a street named after Chris Pronger at Dryden, I would think.
Oh, probably.
God knows that city has not produced anything else as Leszek Lakomi continues to battle with Mauricio Delgado. These two been having a good little fight all race long. It's nice. And heading down the pit lane is Magic Kashchuk. I want to like Magic's livery, but for some reason I don't.
Is it a racism thing?
No, I usually like the orange liveries, but for some reason that one's just not tickling my funny bone. It makes me feel bad because I always tell the people over at Evolution Racing Academy, it's you want to get my attention, give me an orange livery, and here I am with an orange livery to cheer for, and I'm just going, I don't really care for it.
Here he am, and you have not rocked him like a hurricane.
Leszek, what are you doing? That was a little bit of dirty pool.
That's fine.
Nothing happened. Well, hey, it's dirty pool against Mauricio, sir.
I just expected he was pulling in to get some charcuterie. Just gotta be a little closer.
Just saying, this was definitely a pro wrestling commentator heel moment of, that's fine. Oh wait, you did it to my boy. You get that.
Should have gone full Bobby Heenan on him.
I would say it's more of a Jim Ross thing, because Jim Ross would condemn people for doing and then praise Steve Austin for doing the exact same thing.
Yeah. Christopher Pronger taken number 2 overall in 1993.
Who was taking over?
Alexandra Day.
It was the Dag draft, right?
And after him was taken Chris Grafton.
So you don't mean Grattan?
I do mean Grattan.
I was going to say, I don't remember a Chris Grafton, but I do remember Chris Grattan.
Font's a little off. It's got a little bend to the bottom of the T as well as the top.
Grattan was taken by the Tampa Bay Lightning, right?
Correct.
I remember him being a Lightning and a Flyer.
And number 4 overall was Paul Correa, followed by Rob Niedermeyer, Victor Kozlov, not that one, Jason Arnott, Nicholas Sandstrom, Todd Harvey, don't remember him.
Todd Harvey was really fast, good defensive forward, but a bit of a letdown.
Number 10, Jocelyn Thibault.
Pretty good.
Brendan Witt, Kenny Johnson.
Not bad so far.
Denny Pedersen.
Martin Pater picking up a spot there. Somebody ducks into that lane.
Number 14 on the selection screen, but number 1 in your hearts, Adam Deadmarsh.
I did like Adam Deadmarsh.
Mats Lindgren, Nick... Ooh, how do you say that? Sajahar.
Not ringing a bell.
Yeah. Jason Allison.
He's good.
Jesper Matson, Landon Wilson, Mike Wilson. No relation.
Well, not that we know of.
Number 21 in the first round was Saku Koivu. Anders Eriksson. And number 23 was Todd Berfuckentuzi.
Pretty good.
Rounding out the first round, we have Eric Lecomte, Kevin Adams, and Stefan Bergqvist. Kevin spelled Kevyn.
Yeah, I know the guy you're talking about. Played for the Maple Leafs and the Carolina Hurricanes. He was kind of like Todd Harvey. Like everything I said about Todd Harvey applies to Kevin Adams. Big body, good skater, not really much else.
Taken number 36th overall in the second round, Yanni Niinema.
Ooh, Leszek Lakomi in the wall. That's bad timing. He needed to be putting up some good laps right now while he had the overcut on Delgado, and instead he'll limp into the pit lane here.
Taking number 40 overall in the second round, Brian motherfucking McCabe.
That's a steal.
Do not mess with Brian McCabe. You will end up unconscious and out for 3 weeks.
Andrew D making overtake on Rick Martel. Not really for position. Martel's yet to pit. D has pitted.
Taking 90th overall in the fourth round, Eric Daze.
Not bad.
Pretty good.
He had a good career. He's one of those players that wouldn't work in today's game, but back in the day, pretty productive. Not a good enough skater for now. Prism Liss comes out of the pit lane and is battling with Adam Komorowski. Fran Hidalgo looking to make a move here. On Sotiris Moraitis. I don't think Hidalgo's pitted. I think Moraitis has. Yep. So not really a terribly apt battle. Just kind of costing Moraitis time. But hey, that's totally Fred Hidalgo's his right, man.
That's just
his prerogative was the one I was going to go for, but
my prerogative. Everybody talking all this shit about me. Gonna put you in the wall.
Putting the pressure on Prism Liss. And in behind. Oh, he's going to. I thought Gomes had already been in the pit lane, so what's going on here? You got a penalty, Ricardo?
Maybe.
Or did you mess up your fuel calculations at the pit stop? Peter Coleman and Rick Martel Probably battling for what at the end of the day is going to be pretty close to last, but hey, they're getting to battle for 8th place right now. That's cool. That's fun.
Put up them dukes.
Welcome to the grid, Peter. If we've seen you before and just don't remember you, our apologies.
Peter, the cool guy, cool man.
Antonio Costa overtaking Martin Pater as he dives into the pit lane. A couple of guys still yet to pit, including Jeff Ecott, who has the lead, and David Phillips.
Now we have some more late round steals in the 1993 NHL entry draft.
Okay.
5th round, 111th overall, from Slovakia to the Edmonton Oilers, Miroslav Shatan.
Ah, our boy Satan.
Hails Shatan. 118th overall in the 5th round, Tommy Salo. And 156th overall, end of the 6th round, is Patrick Lalime.
Wow. Lead did take a while. He needed a lot of patience. Meritis does get the better of Hidalgo.
You want to talk about taking a little while? 188th overall, round 8, Manny Legacy. Round 9, 227th overall, Pavel Dimitra.
Ah! Well, that would make sense, because you got the whole Easter Bloc, is he going to come over here type of question.
I mean, it's Slovakia. It's not that Eastern.
Yeah, I mean, it's behind the Iron Curtain. Anything that was behind the Iron Curtain is definitely was questionable.
No, this is 93. The floods were open.
Nah, I would say that the floodgates didn't officially kind of get knocked open until about 95.
You're the worst.
That was like 95 is when it was like, okay, if we draft them, they will come.
And Mike's favorite player was taken 213th overall in the 9th round, Chad Cabana.
I have no idea who that is, but that is
neither
an awesome
do I.
name.
But the name popped right out.
The name pops. The name pops. I would have invested a 3rd round pick in him just for the name.
In the 10th round, 250th on the nose, Kimmo Timonen.
Chemo's good.
And I think that's all the big names I can find here. Welcome to the NHL Entry Draft Podcast. I will be your host. When we find a good, solid rabbit hole, we like to go down there.
We do go down that rabbit hole.
We like to see if there's actually rabbits.
We found some rabbits this time, I think. We found some steals. And we found an actually pretty decent 1st round. There was it took us until the end of the 20s to find a real dud.
Yep.
I know Alexander Daig is famously one of the worst ever 1st overall draft picks.
Wasn't
and he should be. But his, if he wasn't a 1st overall pick, I think we'd remember him a lot nicer.
Yeah, if he hadn't been drafted ahead of Pronger, Correa, Niedermeyer, Kozlov, Arnott, Nicholas Sundstrom. So many people. It's what the fuck? Yeah, I think, and he kind of bounced around a few teams here and there, so that kind of doesn't look great.
Because his attitude was bad.
Well, I mean, he's French.
Pretty much everywhere he went, it's he's a pretty boy who doesn't want to practice.
Yeah.
And that was kind of his problem, is that he had a top line winger skill set, but had no secondary skills. Mm-hmm. It's you put Alexander Daig on the ice and he's not scoring, he's actually just a liability. You can get away with that. There's a lot of players who got away with that for a long time, but you got to actually be productive. As Mauricio Delgado makes the move on Prism lists.
I think the case study on pretty boys that produce Pavel Bure. Pavel Bure is probably the prettiest person ever in the NHL.
Yeah. I mean, well, if you want an example of a failure of that, you just look at his brother Valerie, who kind of had Pavel's skills, but a smidge worse in every regard.
Yeah.
And teams couldn't play him.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. It's not that he was a failure. He had a decent career, but he was never people expected the next Bure, and he kind of just wasn't that.
Mm-hmm.
In name only.
Oh, I can't remember what coach it was. I think it was the Montreal Canadiens coach at the time. Valerie was there, and they were asking him like, why are you looking to shop around Valerie Burr to get rid of him? He's like, the problem is right now we don't have a spot for him in the top 6 forwards, and you cannot play him as a bottom 6 forward.
Mm-hmm.
Does not have the skills. But there's some team out there that needs a top 6 forward on the low end, and he would be perfect.
Not looking to spend a lot of money? Come, I have product for you.
It's kind of like in the 90s, the Maple Leafs had a player in their farm system named Jeff Farkas, who I mostly remember just because of the Farkas name, to be honest, and I was a kid. But I always wondered, like, when he would be up with the team, he'd be playing on, like, the top line or the second line. I was always wondering, why is he just, like, up with the team at all times? And my dad basically explained it. It's like, because he has no defensive skills whatsoever. So when we're hurt, when we're banged up, and we need a top 6 forward, call up Jet Farkas. But once we're healthy again, there is no spot on this team for him. Back to the AHL you go. So Costa leads, but still has to pit. I think he's the only one. Let's have a look. See here when the yeah. Oh, Fran Hidalgo needs to pit, but he just dove into the pits lanes. It's anyways. So Costa leads, but he has a pit stop to go. Let me try and figure out when he's going to come out. I don't know how long the pit lane is here in these cars at Watkins Glen. I don't know what the pit stop length is. But it feels like applying the usual logic here. Let's see, 7, 14, 21, 23, 28, 34, 38, 41, 43. Probably about 13th place. That's my guess.
93rd place.
We'll see if I'm right. If I'm right, you have to drink.
Okay.
Well, I mean the audience.
Oh.
I don't need to tell you to drink.
I almost went on a booze saunter earlier in the evening, but decided not to.
Moritis making an over. I think that was lap traffic. I was gonna say that was not Komorowski's livery, and that wasn't a Mercedes. So I think that was a lapped car. We have a couple of people who have fallen off the lead lap, including Julian, Hidalgo, and Gomes. On board with Martin Pater as he tracks down Prism Lisp, and he's bringing Steve Davidson with him.
Pitter pater, let's get later. Something about a potato?
Seems like Martin Pater doesn't particularly like these cars. We're used to seeing him a little closer to the front when he's been here, so I think maybe the GT4s don't quite suit his driving style. Which is no shame, because to be clear, everybody has a car that their driving style suits. Everyone has a car that their driving style really doesn't suit. It's all what you enjoy. Classic example of this is Ralf Schumacher going over to DTM after he was done with Formula 1. And it's like, yeah, you're a little bit older, but you sucked in DTM. Oh my God. What happened? The talent was just drained out of you, apparently. Speaking of Ralf Schumacher, random rabbit hole. I was watching. He was on one of the podcasts I listened to, and he was talking about something that they were talking about, like what made you a good driver, what made you a bad driver, what could you change if you could. And his line was, "I would have tried to get along with my teammates better. I didn't really like my teammates. Didn't really enjoy them. Didn't really work with them. Didn't really Didn't really learn from them. Didn't really help them learn. The only one I liked was Jensen Button, and let's be honest, I was only his teammate for 1 year. That might have changed.
Mago, would you like to try and guess who the last person drafted in the first round of the 1994 NHL entry draft was?
94. Okay. 2 questions before I take a stab.
Exactly. That sounds fine.
Number 1. Is there any chance I actually know this person?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So it's a famous person. Team. What team drafted him?
The Rangers.
Rangers, 94, last pick of the draft. Last pick of the first round, you said?
Last pick of the first round, number 26 overall.
So I'm looking at first round Rangers picks from 94.
Yep.
I have a short list in my head. I'm just trying to figure out which one is the 94 pick. So I generally remember first round picks pretty well.
I'll give you a hint. It's not Brett Lindros.
I know that. He got drafted by the Islanders.
And it's not a guy named Mauricio.
I kind of figured that. I don't think they've ever drafted a Mauricio in the first round.
I would have drafted Mauricio.
Little flashing of the headlights there as Antonio Costa's a little bit impatient to get through. Can't say that I overly blame him.
I'll give you another hint. It was a goalie.
It's a goalie. It was a goalie. Who did they draft in the mid-90s at goalie? Those were the Mike Richter years, so there weren't a lot of goalies picked by the Rangers in that time period.
Richter was pretty good. No reason to... And consistent, too.
Okay, this is perhaps a cheat because you're asking me, and if anyone else had asked me, I don't know if I'd come up with this answer. But, is it Dan Kluche?
It is indeed Dan Kluche.
It is Dan Kluche! Yeah! Byron loves Dan Kluche.
Dan Kluche is insane. How many fights? He had at least 3 or 4 fights.
For a goalie, he had a lot of fights.
A lot of fights. The guy's unhinged.
I also, in fairness, I also did know that Dan Kluche was drafted by the Rangers. Didn't know it was in the first round.
Yep.
But he was one of the few goalies I could think of at that time period that was on their list.
Yep, and he didn't play that many games for them either.
No, they traded him before he before the opportunity honestly came up.
Yeah, it was like 12 games total. He got 4 wins, 5 losses, and a tie. Mm-hmm. And then the next year he played 22 games, but again, losing record. And then they shipped him to the Lightning, and then he got shipped to Vancouver. What is it with the Canucks and stealing quality goalies from shithole states? Come on up here. You won't have to fend off alligators, like crocodiles and pythons and poisonous fish.
Oh, up into the wall goes Steve Davidson.
No, Steve Dave. Don't tell those people.
He looks okay. Vic Vega picks up a spot over him, but the car doesn't look like it exploded. On board with Martin Pater. Trailing Prismless at the moment. They've been having a pretty good scrap. Where's Mauricio gotten up to? 9th place. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay. Costa's in the pits. We'll see how close my 13th place comes out to be. Now, mind you, he did stay out there for a couple more laps after I made that prediction, so we'll see. I'm still backing it. I'm still saying 13th place. Let's go.
I
want you to come out right behind Steve Davidson.
I'll take the under.
Adam Komorowski with the overtake there. That's Fran Hidalgo you overtook. Fran's down a lap and has no rear end. So that may not be an achievement, really. It's considered. All right, Jeff Ecott is passed. Moritis is on the straight. He'll get past. Komorowski will get past. Oh, here comes Costa. Well, I was wrong. He did notably better than 13th place. So I guess the pit stop must be a little bit shorter here than I'm thinking. Comes out in 6th place. Was not even close. You guys can let me know what my forfeit is in the comments down below. And you don't have to drink.
You have to do 1/8 of a push-up. But we're not telling you which eighth you
I
have
feel
to
like
do.
an 1/8 of a push-up is actually harder to do than just doing a push-up.
Probably.
Like, just thinking about like the physical movement there, I think that's actually harder. Oh, Lezik? What the hell? That has all the hallmarks of a hardware or internet failure right there. I'm just gonna say that right now.
I believe
It's a very weird. It's a very weird
off.
mistake to make. And unfortunately, it's cost him the hood of his car.
I believe somebody got him with a whoopee cushion.
Well, that the other possibility, I guess, would be real life aggro. The wife throwing a shoe at him.
Budgie aggro, chewed all the cables.
Or if he's pulling the patented Michael Magus driving with a bucket, that also might work.
Gross.
It was gross. Martin Pater going side by side with Prism Liss for 10th place. See if he can get the job done.
Maggle, is it true that you would rather draft Oleg Tverdovsky than Radek Bonk?
I'd probably take Tverdovsky.
You would.
I mean, it depends what I need. Do I need a defenseman? Do I need a forward? I mean, obviously these plays roll, but I'd say Tverdovsky had the better career too.
But he doesn't have the better name.
Well, no one has a better name than Radek Bonk.
Bonk, 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 bonk.
It's like Radek Bonk, Miroslav Shatan, Carl Dykhouse.
Uwe Krupp.
Krupps was good. Trying to think of anyone else who's on my all-time name team.
Pavel Kubina.
I mean, cool name, but not all time.
Johnny Oduya.
Johnny Oduya, yeah.
Oh yeah? Oduya?
Need some goalies.
Marty Turco.
Marty Turco's up there. I also always like Ty Conklin.
Indeed. Sounds like it could be a gunfighter from the Old West.
A little bit. Steve Davidson on the tail of Vic Vega. Trying to get that spot back from when he drifted up into the wall. Peter Zezel. I always like that one. Steve, can you make it happen? Looking for 12th place here against Vic Vega. Mercedes versus Alpine. France versus Germany. The two most successful engine suppliers in Formula One history, Mercedes and Renault, going head-to-head. Pretty sure that's the case anyways. There's a couple other candidates. And I'm ignoring Ferrari because Ferrari was always their own manufacturer team. I'm talking just pure engine suppliers. Mercedes had a lot of success in the 90s, a lot of success during the Mercedes team era, but also with the Williams team and with Force India. So there's a lot there. And of course, the Braun title win. And Renault, of course, with Benetton and Williams in the 90s. Also, Ligier had a couple good years for them. And of course, Red Bull.
What about Monster?
There would also be Honda to think of in the late 80s with Williams and McLaren, and then into the 90s with McLaren. Also very good.
What about Bad Boy and No Fear?
Oh. They're still doing Bad Boy piston bits on Riot Comedy, which I'm loving. I mean, the joke is the same every single time. It's just, have you ever made love to a man? But, I mean, it works. The way the Bad Boy Pistons play defense, yeah. There were some things there. Most recent episode was Bill Lambier snorting a mountain of cocaine and going, "Have you even made love to a man?" Prism List on the tail of Martin Pater. He's lost out for now, but he's got time to go. I don't actually know how much time is left in the race, actually. We have a clock telling us till the pit lane closes. It's 9 minutes and 37 seconds. But I don't know what the race offset with the pit window is. I imagine that the race clock is below the ESR Tugas PHSR like title card.
These are possible truths.
Prism List making the move. Tough side-by-side action through the loop. So we got this battle, and then Davidson versus Vega.
Get him, Steve Dave.
Andrew D's valiant efforts to defeat Tobias Thierolf. I'm not going to say they're over, because there's time, but it's not looking great. We'll see what Antonio Costa can do with his much fresher tires. He's running in 6th place right now, 2.5 seconds back of Jeff Ecott. Probably has the pace advantage over everybody ahead of him, except for maybe Thierolf. And a stunning debut here in the series from Sotiris Moraitis in 7th place. Komorowski, Delgado, and List rounding off the top 10. List still has to defend against Martin Pater, and then there's this battle between Vic Vega and Steve Davidson, David Phillips, James Butler, and then Leszek Lacomi, Rick Martel, Peter Coleman, Ricardo Gomes, Fran Hidalgo, and Mauricio Julian. Still running. All right, through the loop we go again. This time a much cleaner run from the car ahead, which is Prism List, so he'll retain the position. Oh, we're not actually using the boot layout. That's disappointing. All that talk about the boot. We haven't even been doing the boot.
We've been running the sneaker.
We're doing the short layout, which does not include the heel of the boot.
This is more of a sock.
Really weirdly shaped sock, I guess. A sock with no foot in it, I guess. Martin Pater gets a run up the inside, heading into turn 1. Can he make it stick? I would like to get it. There we go. That's the shot I want. Prism List carrying a little bit of damage on the front end. That cannot be helping him. Pater cannot make the overtake stick. And we're going side by side through the full throttle S's here. And then it's going to be into the loop. And we've seen the last 2 times through the loop that List has had the better run than Pater. Here we go. Inside for Pater at first. List just has a really tight line through here. I don't think you can overtake him through here. I don't know if it has to do with that McLaren being super strong in that section of the track, or if it's just that's the part of the track that Prism's got down. Not sure which, but for the time being, nothing doing. The fans are on their feet here at Watkins Glen. It's the two Mauricios up ahead, but they are not battling for position, so pay much mind to them. And James Butler is caught up to the back of David Phillips. Makes up a spot there. I salute the KTM runners. Dave Phillips looking to try to get that spot back. Again, the KTM has a very, very different performance profile to anything else here today. And that means there's going to be parts of the track where he just kicks butt at, and I suspect this loop is going to be one of them. And there are some parts of the track that he's going to be a little bit weak on. Rick Martel and Leszek Lakomi having a battle. Didn't really expect this to happen.
I expected chains and tire irons and maybe small explosives.
Maybe turtle shells?
No, that's gauche. That's the last week. I'm going for more of a Mad Max vibe. We're not breaking out the crossbows yet, though.
Gotcha. Vic Vega losing a spot there. I would say really you're going for a death race vibe, honestly.
Never heard of it. Must be some Mad Max ripoff.
Peter Coleman doing a little flashy of the headlights. Not really sure why. He's caught to the bat of Fran Hidalgo and maybe one of the other cars that's lapped. I've never gotten the point of the flashy headlights thing.
At least honk your horn.
No, well, the reason I don't get it is that for cars that are actually holding you up unintentionally, aka the guys who are basically yelling, "Get out of my way, we're not fighting," they're the drivers that are overwhelmed, for lack of a better word. They don't notice that you're flashing your headlights at them. And the people who do notice you're going to flash your headlights at them are the people that are totally aware they're holding you up and are just being dicks. Anyways. And you let them win by showing your anchor. It's just something I don't do. I don't even bother mapping a button on my key on my wheel for the flashy headlight thing.
I mapped out to every button.
I'll map something on the keyboard just in case, but like I don't think I ever would use it during a race. That would explain, by the way, why Rick Martel's keeping up with Leszek Lakomi. Leszek has no front end on his Porsche. So that 35 car is highly compromised. As you can see.
It's fine.
It's Magic Cash Truck making his way through. Rick gives way nicely. Let's see. Costa has picked off Jeff Ecott. We didn't get to see that on screen. Moving up into 5th place. Cash Truck is next on his list. But a fairly long time to go. Again, I don't know how long we have left in the race. I know we have about 2 laps of pit lane time open. But I don't know how much more of the race is after that.
I believe it would be less than 5 minutes.
I suspect it'll be 5 minutes actually on the nose.
I don't think the race has a nose.
I think the window opened 5 minutes into the race, closes with 5 minutes to go, but I'm not 100% certain. Or with Vic Vega. Trying to run down Prismless. But this is the section of the track that Prism's got the edge.
Got a four-wheel drive on a CJ5.
Martin Pater up ahead. And in behind them is the Alpine of Steve Davidson. No Lotuses in the field. That's disappointing. I think that's the only car missing. Or the only brand, I should say, missing. There are two different BMWs, and I think the answer is you would only really want to run one of them. But there are two different ones, officially. Oh, I turned my head and Prismless was murdering somebody.
That's fine. Look clean to me.
Collected, sure, that's Steve Davidson, I think, that he collected. Yep, and Steve's out of the race. We also lost Timo Konietzny at some point. And Prismless is out. So Prismless retires from the race, but takes Steve Davidson with him. That is not great for the Canadian.
Steve Dave, why? Why have you done this to me?
There is a BMW racing team called Random Vandals Racing, Byron. It's got to be...
That sounds pretty good.
It's got to be worth something. There's also two different Porsches you could run in this class, but I do know for a fact that the Gt4 CS is kind of garbage. I remember that being the case. Checkered flag is out. That's got to suck even more for Steve Dave. Tobias Thierolf is your winner from Andrew D. Stefan Frings coming a little bit out of nowhere to get third place. I don't want to say like out of nowhere, but like he was looking like he was battling for like a fifth place finish. So to get a podium here today is a big deal. Magic Kaszczuk, Antonio Costa, Jeff Ecott, Sotiris Moraitis, Adam Komarowski, your boy, Mauricio Delgado in ninth place. Martin Pater rounding off the top 10, followed by Vic Vega, James Butler, David Phillips. Peter Coleman in his debut, Rick Bartel, Leszek Lacomi, Ricardo Gomes, Fran Hidalgo, and Mauricio Huillon. There is your winner. Barely saw any of them here today. Tobias, if you want to get on the broadcast, you gotta slow down. Picking up the dub. Fastest lap was only about 3/10 quicker than the field. 14.469. A couple other people in the 14s there. Andrew D, Frings, Kaszczuk, Costa, Jeff Ecott. So the entire top six. And then 115s were the times of the like drivers who are more mortal. In a nutshell. Actually, pretty close today. The slowest, fastest lap was a little over a second behind Tobias. That's actually a lot closer than we usually get in the GT racing. Usually our gap's about like 2 seconds. So to be like a half second tighter than that is pretty good. Pretty good. Suggests the back of the pack was really working their butts off to try to prep for this race.
Agreed.
All right, Byron. Do you have any final thoughts?
We need everybody to go outside. Take
we got a little standing
deep breath of bracing fresh air, and then come in back inside and drink some hot chocolate.
We got a little standings thing here. Tobias Thierolf leads the way from Antonio Costa, Jeff Ecott, Andrew D, Adam Komarowski, Magic Kaszczuk, Vic Vega, Stefan Frings, Martin Pater, Mauricio Delgado, Timo Konietzny, Timo Ryder, Sotiris Moraitis, who is indeed Greek. I figured that one. Martin Edmonds, David Phillips, Leszek Lacomi, James P. Butler, Chris Willems wasn't here today. Michael Chute wasn't here today. Rick Martel. And slowly making it there, Peter Coleman, Ricardo Gomes, and then Prism Lisp, Fran Hidalgo, Josh Schneider, Mauricio Huillon, Morbid Apathy, Hopefully we see him back. Steve Davidson. And basically the DNFers from today, Yuri Kurtachvil also in the mix there. So that's good. We have a little standings page at the end. That's cute. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our rabbit holes and our race commentary. We'll see you next time. Well, maybe we may have a special guest on the next one.
Oh my goodness.